Let me just, okay, I'm recording it now. So what we can do, we can start. And would you mind giving questions also after, like when we finished, and then some more are coming. So can you also give them questions like you pretend like you are the examiner, like the way I do it, for example? Is that okay with you? Okay, so now we can start. All right, so I'll start with you, part 1. And then I'm not sure if I'll go over part 2 or I'll just skip that and go right away to part 3. Okay?
Okay, Mom.
Okie dokie. So, let's start. This is the speaking part of your IELTS exam. My name is Rita. I'll be your examiner for this speaking portion of your test. Please note that our conversation is recorded for grading purposes. Can you tell me your name, please?
I'm Sunida Sakay Tawile, but you can call me Luz.
Hi, Luz. Thank you very much. So please hand me your identification. Someone has got a very noisy background. Thank you so much. Let me check. Okay, check. It's all good. So we're going to begin part 1 now. Trying to mute Shahin. Okay. Let me start by asking you, do you study or do you work?
Currently, I am neither a student nor an employee. I'm just at home. I'm just staying at home, slubbing around. But I am planning to have my work after this exam, so probably before year 2020 ends.
All right. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Uh, well, our abode, I can say that it is too huge for the two of us because we are only two inside the house. My husband and I. We have huge living room, and it has also two bedrooms. I can say that our we are dwelling in a very spacious room.
Okay. How long have you lived there? How long have you
We've been
lived
living
there?
here for, sorry.
Okay, how long have you lived there?
We've been living here for about 6 months. We just moved in here in June, but before we are living in the city because right now our neighborhood is like a province or uh, urban. Our place is in urban areas.
Okay.
So yeah, we stay here for 6 months.
Okay, what do you like about the place you live in right now?
Um, well, well, I'm comfortable with our place because I just like what I've said, it's very spacious. Aside from that, it is also comfortable, and I have the feeling of safety when it comes to the place.
Okay, sounds good. So that's the end of your part 1. And like, I don't know, because you said you had already your first IELTS exam before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so did you know that the part 1 is supposed to be just not too long, not too short either? So, are you?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I think in your answers, it's not too long, but I think too long for the ideal, part 1 answers. You know what I mean?
Sorry, ma'am. What do you mean, ma'am? My sentences are too long.
Your
Or
answers,
I don't.
not very very long, I don't say, but I think for an ideal part 1 answers, they're kind of like a little bit too long. So I know it's hard to make a balance, That's always like, it's not only you, Luz, but I think it's a
Mm,
common problem with everybody. It's just hard when you want, if you have like more information that you want to convey, to the person you're talking to. And also, okay,
mm,
another thing, just a tip, and this is for everybody too. When you are asked, tell me about the kind of accommodation. So you say kind of accommodation. It means type of accommodation. So you have to answer whether it's an apartment, is it a townhouse, is it, you can, you know, and then you can tell like it's an apartment and we have like very spacious
mm,
like this and like that. But you have to mention first whether it's an apartment in a high-rise building or it's a townhouse in a suburban, area, something like that. And then you can
okay.
continue. Okay, just a tip
So,
because I think it would be
so
helpful.
ma'am, my part one, uh, it's like I don't have I not so much idea, but the sentence is long like that.
You have ideas. That's why you wanted to say more. That's the thing, and that's a problem too. It's good in a way, but it's also a problem because the examiner in part one wants to. They have like, I don't know how many questions they prepare for each one, but they want those questions to be, to that they can ask those questions to the candidate because they have those arranged in a way that they would know whether you know what is past tense, what is present tense, what is, those progressive, perfect progressive, all those verb tenses. They want to test you if you know how to, make your sentences in those based on those verb tenses. I don't know if you understand it, if I explained it well. Okay, so now Luz, it's your turn. Can you
Okay.
make questions for Shaheen? Shaheen, are you ready to answer, to speak? Shaheen, you have to unmute yourself. If not, then I'll skip. I'll go to, I think, Ahana, and then after Ahana would be Sujitra. I don't know if he.
Ma'am, today I will join. I message you in Facebook.
You just wanna listen today?
Yes, today.
Okay. No, that's not a problem. It's totally okay. So just listen there, and you still learn anyway when you listen. But just let me know if you're ready to speak. But I think you just said that you just want to listen, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okie dokie. So Shaheen did not unmute, so I think he's not, she or he not ready. So, but it would be Ahana. So, Luz, can you give questions to Ahana? Part one questions.
Hannah. Okay. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
Yeah. I'm going to throw questions in you for part one. For the first question, do you think sleep is important?
1 second. Actually, my mobile is going to off. Just can you give me 5 minutes? I'll be
Okay.
back.
Okay, Ahana. So, Jet Li then. Are you ready, Jet Li?
Hey there. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Luz,
Hi,
you can, yeah,
Hi,
all right.
JP. I'm going to give you a question for your part one. Can you state your full name first?
Your voice is not clear. There's some disturbance
Hello?
going on around.
Hello?
Yeah. Yes. Better.
Now, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. For your part one, can you state your full name first?
My name is Aarti Jetli.
Okay. Can I have your passport, please?
Yes, it's there, please.
Thank you. So I'm going to give you questions for your part one. Do you think sleep is important?
Yes, sleep. I do think sleep is very important, as it makes a powerful body, and sleep is required for um, doing each and every day's activities. So I think sleeping is a very important part of day-to-day's life.
Okay, thank you.
Jet Li, this is part one, okay? Just to remind everybody
Yeah,
to.
yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, continue, Luis.
Do all people sleep a lot?
Can you please repeat? Do all people sleep?
A lot? Do all
A lot.
do all people sleep a lot?
Well, I don't think all people sleep a lot. Some people sleep for quite good amount of hours, while other don't. Maybe because they don't feel sleepy that much, or maybe because of their work. But all in all, it depends on their sleeping patterns.
Luis, okay, thanks, Jet Li.
Yes.
Luis, just I don't
Yes.
know where do you get your questions from? You just made it up?
From the internet. From the internet, ma'am.
Okay, okay,
Some
that's
questions from the internet. Is it too hard for part one, ma'am?
because I know that part one is all about like personal, like your
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Because when you say do people sleep, do you think people sleep a lot? That's general. You
I
the
see.
question is, do you sleep a lot? That's personal. What do you do this coming weekend? Do you have plans for the coming weekend? That's all about you in part one. That's what I learned. That's what I always, like.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
okay.
So
All right.
my second question is too general.
Yes, but even if it's general, when you are looking at your notes, you can just address it to her right away, like you instead of people. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, continue. Three more questions for Jet Li.
Okay. Jetty, tell me a little about your country.
So it's a part one question.
Yes, part one question
Yes.
about your country, Jet Li.
Okay, my country is very diverse in terms of culture and festivals and religions. So it's a land mixed with full of varieties of culture.
Okay, good. One more.
Where is your country located?
It's one of the country of Asia. It is one of Asian country, one of the Asian country, and I cannot say what to say. It is located.
That was good. That was good. Like one of the Asian countries, you can say like
I don't know what
below
to
this,
say.
below the southern hemisphere or above the hemisphere or whatever.
I'm very bad in the map knowledge. So,
Oh, you should learn that gently. Who knows? You will get that question. You know.
When I encounter this question, I don't know also, of course, I don't know how to answer. But then when I try to look for the
okay, I'll
answer,
definitely
sample
learn it
answer.
today. I'll definitely learn it today because it may come in my
Yeah.
test.
They answer it with its neighboring country. Like Philippines, its neighboring countries
Okay.
are
And
Singapore.
also, this is just one of the tips. Okay, when you are asked about location, remember of northeast, southern part, east side, western, those kind of stuff. You are good to go. And yeah, Lewis is correct with the neighboring country. Then you can say it's close to the border of Thailand or something. You know,
Okay,
but
that I
remember
could
the
tell, that I
south,
know.
yeah, the south, the north, the west, the east, eastern part, all those things, or far east or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least
okay.
I could say something about
Yes.
the neighboring countries,
And-
whatever I know.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be accurate, you know. Even if your country
yes, ma'am.
is on the North Pole and you say in the South Pole, it doesn't matter, you know, as long as all the things that you kind of like talk, they put together, they coincide, you know. You don't say like
Yeah.
South
Got
Pole
it.
and then you say, and then the neighboring country is the Greenland. So that's because Greenland in the north, Greenland is in the North Pole, right? So it's kind of like what for the
Yeah.
examiner. So
Makes sense.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 One more question.
One more question
One
for
question
Jet Li.
is
One
left.
more question. Okay. Do you like your flat?
Yes, I do definitely like my flat, and it is a flat of my choice in one of the suburb in Melbourne, and the suburb name is Tarneet.
Okay, so that's good, Jet Li. And then now I want you to give questions to, I don't know if Shaheen is ready now. Shaheen, I don't know if we might have a message from Shaheen. I don't know. There's no chat in the chat box anyway. Okay, so if Shaheen is not ready because he's muted still. So Jet, are you ready now? So that
Yes, ma'am.
okay, is it gonna be when you take your IELTS? Have you booked your IELTS yet?
Not yet, but I want to book in December.
In December. Okay, is that gonna be your first time or second time or?
For IELTS,
Yes,
second time.
second time. Okay, so you are familiar already with the setting with the examiner, the part 1, the part 2, and the part 3 questions. You are familiar with
Yes.
this. Okay, that's good. Now, Jet Li, you can go. Ask
Okay.
questions.
So it is Shaheen or Sujit?
Sujit.
Okay.
My name is
Okay,
Sujit.
fine. Yeah, Sujit. So your first question is from part 1. Did you have hobbies when you were a child?
Yes, I have hobbies in my childhood for collecting coin or post ticket. Post ticket, means postcard ticket for my in. I collect some post ticket in my childhood.
Okay.
Sujit, do you understand what is a hobby? The word hobby?
Yes, I know about hobby, but gardening on kind of gardening.
Okay. Because I didn't know what was your answer. I couldn't. I thought you said bus ticket or something. No.
No, it's post office ticket means whenever it's mailing.
Oh, I know now. Collecting the stamps.
Later.
You like collecting stamps, right? Is that what you wanted to say?
Yes, it's
Oh, I see. Okay. Now I now I get it. Okay, so your hobby is collecting stamps.
collecting stamps.
Yeah, so you don't say like post office tickets. You say my hobby is collecting stamps, and then you give the reason why that's your hobby. Okay? Okay, like you say, oh, I love those, if I see birds in a stamp that are fascinating, or any kind of like, or flags maybe in the stamp. So different kinds of design. All right, Jetli, go ahead, continue.
Okay, so the next question is, had your hobbies changed when you came in your teen years? Or maybe later?
Yes, so when no, when I was 10 is
Oh, you are muted, Sujit. What's happening? You have to unmute. Sujit, are you okay? Okay.
hello.
Yeah, you unmuted yourself. Oh no, I mean you muted yourself.
Oh, because of I have a call. Okay, and now I say.
So the question was, did your hobby change in the past 10 years? I think that was
Yes,
Jetli's.
I have. My hobby is changing in the first teenage year. One my teenage, then I I grew up many interesting things with many things. I don't answer.
Okay, no problem, no problem. That's why we do the practice. So when you are asked like that, has your hobby changed in the past 10 years? You can say, yes, it has.
Yes.
Yes, it has. That's the direct answer. You just kind of like rephrase the question, the verb. Yes, it has changed because 10 years ago I used to collect stamps, but then after that I don't collect stamps anymore. I love, I learned to, I learned to love doing gardening or planting, flowers whatsoever. So I used to, you can use that. I used to collect stamps, and then now I don't do that anymore. I go biking instead. That's my hobby now. So you can do it like that. So it's a practice, Sajid. So don't worry. It's normal that when like that's why we have to practice speaking. Okay. So now Shaheen. Okay, you are done,
Yeah, I'm
Sujit.
ready.
Okay. Jetli, is it okay if you do with Shaheen too?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, thank you, Jetli.
The same questions. Shaheen, did you have hobbies when you were a child?
Yeah, I had a hobby when I was in child. That time I doing a lot. Because of that, I love it. And their main thing is my old friend, a teacher, there support me to doing. And most of the time, I was spending with my drawing. Uh, I love doing because of that. When I during that time, when I doing something that time, I was so sorry for myself because how I was thought like that. Does it doing? Does it? I doing it? So I think that's why, and I think that was a hobby in my childhood.
Okay. So, had your hobbies changed later?
Nowadays I had changed my hobby because that's why I was so interested to doing something. But nowadays it has been totally changed. Nowadays I'm feel too much good when I doing something. Even though last 3 years I couldn't participate any doing or something like that. So I think that when I grew up, when I into the teenage at that time, my every kind of child hobby has been changed.
Okay. One more question, Jetli, for Shaheen, and then I'll give some
Okay.
feedback.
So, do you think having hobbies is important?
Yeah, I think it's because as we are human beings, so hobbies is kind of innate, and everyone have a hobby to do. Like someone have hobby watching something else. So I think it's important part of our life, and yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so, right. In your answer, Shaheen, anyways, guys, you can listen to the recording. I will post it on our group chat so you would know, you hear yourself how you spoke. Okay, and one thing that it's good that Shaheen, you can speak like continuously. You don't, there were like hesitations, but you speak fast. But the only, and that's good, you know. But the only thing is, I didn't really understand when you were asked about a hobby when you were a child. I don't know if you, I don't know, guys, did you hear Shaheen mentioning what kind of hobby he had?
Drawing actually.
Drawing. Was that?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, okay. That's why. Because I thought you say doing, and I
No.
was supposed to tell you that when you are talking about the past, you don't say doing. You said did. I did. I did it. Something like that. So that was
I do.
drawing. All right. Okay. Okay. So and then the second question is, your hobby changed, and then you said about when you get to teenager, your hobbies from when you were a child, you don't do those anymore. And I didn't hear any hobby or something that you like to do when it was changed from when you were a child. So did you mention anything? Sorry if
No,
I
I
missed
did
it.
not.
You
I'm
did
sorry
not, right?
for that.
Because when,
Yeah,
if your hobby when you were a child was drawing, then you can, you, when it was changed, you have to mention another hobby that you learned, right? Because it was
oh,
changed. So you could say,
okay.
I used to love drawing, but in the past 10 years it has changed. I do painting instead, something like that. Okay, so you have to
Yeah.
mention a hobby, or like playing guitar, for example, or playing sports. Okay, so, and hobby is important, and you said yes, it's important, but you did not say, I didn't hear your reason why it's important. And this is a question for you. So you can tell, you can say that it's important because I benefit from it. I don't get bored because I have a hobby. I have something that I love to do. Especially when after, you know, if I'm bored, or if I'm being burned out with work, something like that, then I can do my hobby. Hello, Jubair. How are you doing?
Oh,
Okay, welcome, welcome. Now I'm gonna go to Hamsika. Hamsika?
Okay, ma'am, can I leave?
Oh, Shaheen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
can I
If you're
leave?
busy, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you a
welcome.
lot, guys.
Okay. Okay, you have a good day.
Bye.
Bye, Shaheen. Okay, Hamshika, are you there? You will be
yes,
next.
ma'am.
Okay, are you okay to speak? Practice speaking?
Ma'am, actually, I'm Ahana. This is my kid's laptop. She do online classes. I joined from her, so that her name is showing.
I'm sorry?
Actually, I'm Ahana.
Ah.
This is my child's laptop.
Ah.
So she do online. Her name is Hamsika. From her Zoom ID, I have joined.
That's why you disappeared. Ahana disappeared, and now you are Hamsika. Hamsika. Okay, Jubair,
Yeah,
now.
my child name is Hamsika.
Okay, okay. So you had already your part,
Yes.
right? Hamsika, Ahana. Sorry, Jubair. I haven't finished
Yes,
it.
ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning there. You're very sweet, Jubair. Okay.
We are different, ma'am. We are
two continents. You are from North America. I am from South Asia.
I know. I know.
11:13.
Yeah, in the morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Here it's like just after midnight, like 30 minutes after midnight.
Yes.
Okay, so here's your question, Jubair.
Yes.
Your question. And I think I asked you already
Yes.
before whether it's your first time, gonna be your first time to take the test or your second time, but I forget what was your answer. So can you tell me again, is it gonna be your
Yes.
first time?
Ma'am, I was forgetting about the question you asked me. Just 2 or 3 weeks ago I have joined, but I don't know about the question you asked.
Okay, my question is, did you take IELTS test before?
Sorry, ma'am, would you like to repeat that?
Did you take a test before already, like the IELTS test?
Yes, ma'am. I have prepared the last year, 15th of December. My brand score was 7. My brand score was 6.
Okay.
And speaking brand, my speaking brand was 6.
Okay.
Overall 6, and speaking brand is 6.
Okay. So you want more like, you need a like 7 band score for speaking or overall?
Exactly, man. I have needed 7.5.
Oh, I see. Okay, let's go to business now. Okay, doke. So your
Okay,
question is, I'm gonna go. This is very common in the IELTS exam. I don't know for those who already took the exam like last year. I don't know, first time before. I know that the most common questions for part 1 is like, do you study or do you work? And then what kind of accommodation you live in, and what do you do this coming week? And those are the very common questions for part 1. Okay, so here's your question, Jubair. Your question is, do you study or do you work?
Ma'am, I am working in a college. So here I am a guest lecturer.
Okay, Jubair, let's do it one more time. So when the examiner say, do you have to answer, yes, I do, or no, I don't. But this question is kind of like very tricky to answer, yes, I do, because it's 2. Do you study or do you work? So you can answer, just say, I do work, I don't study. You say,
Yeah.
I don't study, but
yes, ma'am.
but I heard you answering, I am working. So there, it's already like a lower score for you. Hopefully not all, you are not marked down by just one mistake anyway. But if you continue like speaking like that when the examiner asking you with the verb do you, and then you keep saying I am, then and if the examiner keeps like asking you are you, and then you say I do, so that's also wrong. So when the question is are you say yes I am, or no I am not. When the question is do you say yes I do, no I don't, right? Okay, let's do it one more time.
Ma'am.
Do you study
Yes, ma'am.
or do you work? We have 6 minutes left.
Yes. Yes. I do work. I'm not studying.
Excellent.
I work in a college. I am a guest lecturer.
Okay. Yes,
Is it all
excellent,
right,
Jubair. Yes. You can listen to it in the recording. I don't know, do you listen to the recording that I post all the time, like every day?
Yes, ma'am. Last 2 days I continue listening.
Okay,
But
good.
couple of days ago I was busy.
Oh,
That's
no
why
problem.
Last 2 days recording I am following.
Okay, that's good. Okay, next.
Ma'am, I do believe that if I continue with you, definitely it will help me to get the 7.5 rank.
This is
I
the
appreciate
idea. That's why
your
we have,
methods, ma'am.
yeah, that's why we have this practice for you guys. Me, I'm learning, I'm practicing, you are practicing, so it's all good. Okay, here's your next question. Tell me about
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Well, I live in a home. Uh, Ma'am, there I need to say about the accommodation like a staying place or where I stay with surroundings.
Yeah, like you have to choose whether it's an apartment or a house. Hamsika, Hannah, after this, I'll ask two more questions for Jubair and then you next. Okay, sorry about that. Hannah. Okay, so, okay, Jubair, when you are asked what kind, because it's like what kind of accommodation, what type of accommodation, they're the same, kind and type. What kind of accommodation you live in. So you have to tell whether it's a house or it's an apartment in a high-rise building, or it's in a suburb place, or it's in a busy in the downtown area. So you can tell the location, but please mention also the type, if it's a house or an apartment. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, next. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in.
Okay. Well, I live in a home which is located in the rural places. So there is a 5 or 4 room. There is a 5 rooms in my home. So one is for study room, 2 is living room, 1 is living, and 1 is dining.
Okay.
So within these 5 rooms. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So when you say, I think you meant a house. So you don't say a home, because home is like with the father, the mother, or your sisters. That's your home. It's not like it's more like a family when you say home. Okay. All right. So in this case, you say a house instead of home. Okay. Your last question, Jubair. How long have you lived there?
Well, I have been living there after my birth. I live with my parents and with my siblings. So I haven't changed in these current staying places.
Okay. Okay. Jetli, okay, you have a good day, Jetli. Okay, now I'm gonna ask Ahana because you didn't have her turn yet. Jetli, thank you so much for helping me too, okay? Ahana?
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay, so are you okay with part 3 question?
Part 3. I'll try, ma'am. Actually, I have never prepared, but I'll share it.
Okay, I'll just give you like the same question, part 1, okay?
Okay.
Or I can ask Luz. Luz, are you okay to give questions to Ahana?
You can ask me, ma'am, for part 3. I'll try my level best.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Luz. Okay, I'll just go with Ahana then. But the thing, Ahana, I can't pull up my part 3, so I'll just go with the part 1. Is that okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so it's the same. Do you study or do you work?
Well, I do work. Actually, I have been working in a company that is an Institute of Science and Technology. I work as an accountant there.
Okay.
I'm working.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Ahana, just a tip. I love it when you say I have been working. You remember that? You said I have been working. Yes. But when you use the I have been working, that's the perfect progressive tense, present present perfect progressive tense. You have to mention the duration of time. So when you say I have been working, you have to mention like for 10 years or for 2 years now in that company. Because if you don't, then you shouldn't use the I have been working. You understand? Because this kind of tense, this kind of verb tense, you have to, the emphasis of this is the duration of time, or how long you've been working. Or you can say for 10 years, or you can say since, and then you can mention the year, since 2016, something like that. Okay, one more question. Oh, it's all gone. Sorry. That's about it.